PBC Boxing, His Excellency for coming together with this vision, Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn, our co-promoter, Tom Brown, our promoter, Manny Pacquiao, and Seller Director, Dr. Rakan. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. He's always yelling at Esau in his fights. But when you're doing a card in Los Angeles, it doesn't get any bigger than the new face of boxing. Esau, Pitbull, Cruz, and of course, Andy Ruiz. When Esau won his world title against Rolly Romero, it's kind of been like Beatlemania, in the sense that it's a Pitbull mania, though. And, to do a card in Los Angeles and to have Esau Cruz on the card, it's phenomenal. And his opponent, Jose Valenzuela, it's a can't miss, all action, Mexican style fight. That's the type of fights the fans want to come out and see.
Thanks, Sean. Thank you very much, and well done for going with the voice as well, Sean. Chris de Blasio is there. Chris, obviously here representing Salita Promotions. Chris, just how big is it for Salita Promotions to be involved in what Eddie Hearn said is the biggest card we've seen in America, maybe ever?
Thank you, Andy. Yes, incredibly thankful and grateful on behalf of Salita Promotions to be part of this event, Riyadh season and the debut in the U.S. Very exciting fight card for sure. Dimitri Salita couldn't be with us today as he is observing the Passover holiday, so I'm here to represent for him and thank on his behalf and behalf of Salita Promotions, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and Dr. Rakan. Salita Promotions is thrilled to be part and thankful to be part of this event, which is shaping up to be like the United Nations of boxing. In the often segmented and very competitive sport of boxing, it's great to see so many promoters, managers, and fighters come together to put on a monster fight card like this. We couldn't be more proud to be part of it. For Jarrell Miller, this fight represents a shot at redemption, an opportunity to reset his position as a contender for a heavyweight world title. And I think it's only fitting that he does so against a man in Andy Ruiz, who is also looking to reset himself for a shot at a heavyweight world championship. There's high stakes in this heavyweight fight for sure. There's high stakes up and down this card, and I know we all can't wait for August 3rd.
Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I want to speak to this man here, a man that I've stalked and followed for years. He's got some of the biggest fight cards that we've seen, Louis de Cubas. Louis, you've been there, you've done it all, you've seen it all. Just how different is this for you?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Mr. Al Hammond, BBC, and Dr. Rakan, and Listensi Turkey. To me, it's unbelievable the involvement of Carl led this with so many great fighters. It's great to, everybody's working together, make the best fights happen. And, it's great. I was just in Saudi, great place to go. I was there with Frank Sanchez's last fight. They treated me.
Well, people, like I told you, I was going to go check it out. So might as well do it live. Yes, Skrilla 50, I'm back in the building. They're announcing the fight card with Andy Ruiz, Jarrell Miller, Andy Cruz, Pitbull Cruz, Leo Santa Cruz, many, many others, Terrence Crawford. So, I mean, this is what we're doing now, and they're just announcing everybody and, blah, blah, blah. Thank you and giving thanks for this, that, and the other. So here we go.
Is the aim, obviously, to get past Jarrell Miller to go again for a world heavyweight title?
Yes, sir. I'm just super happy to be back, man. I spent a year and 8 months not doing nothing, and a lot of ups and downs, a lot of roller coasters, life. But I'm glad that God gave me another opportunity. Everybody that's involved in this big, amazing card in August 3rd in Los Angeles, I thank them so much too. And I'm ready to rock and roll, man. August 3rd is going to be the return of Andy Ruiz and the consistent Andy Ruiz, the focused Andy Ruiz, and I just can't wait to get back in there.
What type of challenge do you think Jarrell Miller brings to the table?
Jarrell brings a lot of challenges, He's big, he likes to smother his opponents, he likes to bang it out in there. He's not an easy opponent. He's not just a guy that I'm going to walk him out and win easy. I got to stay focused, I got to be prepared, and I got to do what I do best and win my fights.
Let's welcome in big baby Jarrell Miller. Jarrell, this is your city. We're in New York. Jarrell, obviously, look, defeat last time out against Daniel Dubois. How has that changed you mentally and preparation for this one?
I mean, there's so much that was going on before that fight. And just having 3.5, 4 weeks to prepare for Daniel Dubois was not the ideal moment, but I took a chance because I know it put me back into the position I wanted to be in. It was a great card. Shout out to Turkey, His Excellency, and all my brothers out there. Assalamu alaikum. You know, it was a lot of BS going on around that fight. You know, signing a contract, finally signing a contract 2 weeks before the fight. You know, my own co-promoter, leaders suing me for $5 million for two weeks before the fight. You know, couldn't get camp together, couldn't get training funds together. It was a lot of BS. And, you know, as a fighter, we're risking our life in there, you know, and we just want to focus on doing our job. And then when you have people in your back that's constantly, you know, nagging you and aching you, it's hard to do that job, you know. And like I said, you know, I had Dubois out of there, but mentally I just clocked out in the 5th or 6th round. You know, Dubois didn't hurt me. You know, he didn't beat me, I beat myself. And even Turkey said it to me after the fight. He's like, I want you back. You know, Dubois didn't beat you. You beat yourself. And it hurts because I'm a person that wears my pride on my shoulders. You know, I come to kill, I come to hurt, I come to fight. You know, and for me to go out that way is not cool. You know, so coming with this fight now, I have more than enough time to prepare. You know, and the difference between that fight and this fight is I have time to prepare. You know, if you watch any one of my fights on my track record besides Dubois, either I knock you out or I dominate and I beat your ass. You know, so with this fight, I have time to prepare. You know, and they called me about the Andy fight, and I was like, oh, gee, that's one of the bros, you know. So, you know, I picked the phone up. You know, so they called me, and I called Andy, and I said, you know, Brody, I'm like, yo, got permission to kick your butt, you know, and he's like, he's like, man, you know, listen, I want to fight, man, I want to fight bad. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it, you know, there's two brothers going there, we bang it out, man, and, you know, it's not but love, it's no animosity between me and Andy, it's just business, you know, and I told him, no matter what happens after the fight night, you're still taking me fishing, bro, so I don't want to hear that. But like I said, this is boxing, man, and it's a great card to be on. You know, I can't wait to go in there and just do what I do best, man. That's kick ass, you know. And you know, this is my last fight with Sleater Promotions, and we're gonna keep it cordial, we're gonna keep it respectful, and we're gonna get the job done, you know. And after that, you know, me and Eddie gonna go out for a pint, you know. But like I said, man, it's great to be home. Great to see my friends and family out here in New York City. But at the same time, you got to keep things in aspect when it comes to boxing and the politics. You know, even though we're doing the press conference in America, in New York, you know, we're doing a fight in LA, which is Andy Ruiz's background, you know, his hometown. So, you know, I'm gonna be fighting not just him that night. So I'm going in there, I'm motivated, looking at a couple options in training camp right now. I'm not gonna say where exactly, but best believe this, I'm going to kill myself in camp. I'm not no journeyman, I'm not no mother effing stepping stone. I come to seek and destroy and hurt things. So I can't wait for August 3rd, and thank you guys for tuning in and showing up. There's no shit talking today, guys. I'm sorry. You know, there's not that kind of opponent. You know.
We have time. There's still a few months left.
I mean, listen. I don't know, man. I gotta figure out a punchline or something. I don't know. Maybe it's like the battle of fast food, the Kilo Taco Bell versus the Burger King. You know what I mean? So, you know,
That's a good start.
best man wins. You know, but like I said, man, it's nothing but love, man. It's awesome. I think me and him is gonna have fun. You know, I think we're gonna feed each other out the first round or two, and you know that's how sometimes fights start. But the minute he punched me and I punched him, all that shit go out the door. You know, so like I said, it's gonna be a fun fight, and I can't wait. You know what I mean? And it's great. And be right back where I'm supposed to be, and it's gonna put us right back in the top 3, top 2, and big opportunities to come.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic fight. I think everyone excited about that one.
Yeah.
Eddie, a bit of a surreal moment for you in the middle. Obviously, Andrew Ruiz fought AJ. It was supposed to be Jarrell Miller fighting AJ right here in New York. This must feel strange to be in between both of them.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, look, Jarrell Miller was supposed to fight AJ. Obviously, you know, that fight didn't take place. Andy Cruz slid in my DMs. He got the chance of a lifetime and broke our hearts at Madison Square Garden. You know, we
Andy
got
Ruiz
in Riyadh, but you know, it was an amazing mix between these two and a great fight. You know, I have to take my hat off to Andy Ruiz because this is really a comeback fight. And to take Jarrell Miller as a comeback fight is a dangerous, dangerous move. So two great characters, you know, and two great, strong heavyweights. Andy Ruiz needs to get back in this game, and to do it in Los Angeles in front of 22,000 people, it's going to be a brilliant fight.
Yeah, so many fantastic fighters on this card. One of the best, without a shadow of a doubt, is David Morrell, who has been, I think, one of the best 168 pounders for a long time. Unable to get the big fights, moving up to 175 pounds now. Why the move to 175? Is it just because right now the 168 division is locked in?
I'm coming for 175 because and anybody no secret for nothing, like anybody wants to chase me, you know. So I'm waiting for 175 for this. I don't follow Benavides too, you know. You know, everything's possible, like for everybody here, you know. For him, like this guy, you said thanks to him. Thanks to Turkey, like for the opportunity, like I said, for here, you know. I'm here in New York. I mean, it's crazy. Like sorry.
Your English is good.
My bad. Respondiendo a tu pregunta, o sea, estamos en camino a los 75 por eso, you know.
Who's translating that?
Yes.
Basically, he's saying, you know, he's going up to 175, 168 to try every guy. Nobody wanted to fight him. It looks like everybody, all the fights are going to be at 75 now with Bilbiop and Bivol, Benavides going up in weight, and with Morrell, I think, you know, you're all going to end up fighting each other. So I got to thank ICC for making this happen, Dr. Khan, you know, for making the best fights. You know, it would never happen if this would have happened. So I'm very proud to be here at this table and for, you know, to make something great like this happen.
Good luck on August 3rd, David Morrell. I want to speak to this man right at the end there. One of the most skilled fighters in the world, fantastic amateur record. Now 3-0 as a pro, looking to go 4-0. Andy Cruz. Andy, thank you so much for being here. You've made it look easy so far, and this will be a bigger tester on August 3rd.
Has tenido un fantástico comienzo de tu carrera profesional con 3 peleas, 3 victorias y tienes otra gran oportunidad, una dura prueba el 3 de agosto contra Antonio Morán, un oponente con mucha experiencia. ¿Cómo te sientes en este enfrentamiento?
Bueno, primeramente...
Okay, Skrilla50 says Triple D beat the respect and manners into Miller. Anthony Schultz, what's up, brother? Have a good day, brother, man. Have a great day. Have a great day, man. Your shirts are ready whenever you want to pick them up. So let me know and I'll ship them off to you.
No conozco mucho, pero no subestimo a nadie. Todos los rivales en el boxeo son fuertes. Y decirles que voy con todas y van a ser testigos de un evento histórico por parte de Andy Cruz y por parte de todos los peleadores acá que son de los mejores del mundo.
Firstly, good afternoon to everyone here. I'm so happy to be here for this opportunity, and I've been preparing this for a very long time since coming here. I prepare for moments like this. I don't know my opponent very well, but I don't underestimate anyone. I'm going with everything I have, and it's going to be a historic event.
Final one, Eddie's said from the very beginning that he would put you in a world title fight right away. If you come through August 3rd, are you comfortable fighting anyone at 135 pounds?
Su promotor, Eddie Hearn, cree que estás listo para un título mundial. ¿Estás confortable enfrentar a cualquier persona en 135 libras?
Por supuesto que sí, vine a pelear contra los mejores y demostrar de que estoy hecho, de que nada de lo que he ganado en mi vida ha sido regalado y decirle que a los mejores de la edición que voy por ello.
Of course, I came to fight the best and show what I'm really made of.
Eddie, me and you've spoken so much about Andy Cruz that you've said you'll put him in against anyone, whether it be Pitbull when he was at 135, whether it be Shakur Stevenson. Why do you believe in him so much?
you know, I think he proved his quality as an amateur Olympic gold medalist, and you know, in the professional code, we've seen him breeze through guys that you normally take on in your 15th, 16th fight and never lose a round. You know, he's had stoppages as well. Bosie's doing a tremendous job with him. You know, with Jarrell in camp there in Philadelphia. And like a lot of these fighters, David Morrell the same. You know, they're willing to face anybody. The challenge is making sure that you can make the
El
fight.
Guaros.
And now we have a real test in Antonio on August 3rd, a Mexican that loves to come forward and sport some top guys. And I believe Andy Cruz will be ready to fight for the World Championship this year.
Thank you, Eddie. Riyadh season has all been about giving fighters opportunities, and I think if you followed Riyadh season, some fighters have taken them. Joseph Parker beating Deontay Wilder was a big one. This young man has a massive opportunity, and that is Jose Valenzuela, who's coming off a fantastic win against Chris Colbert. I think you actually beat him back-to-back, but you got the stoppage win last time out. Big opportunity against a man that a lot of people avoided in Esau Cruz. Was there any hesitation in taking the fight?
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God, Al Heyman, PBC for this great opportunity. And no, I was in camp already getting ready for Edwin. This big opportunity presented itself, and I took it, no questions asked. It's been a dream of mine since I was 10 to become world champion. And what better than to do it with a Mexican countryman, Esau Cruz.
You are a 135er. You will be moving up to 140 for this one. Happy? That means you can have a couple of extra meals in the lead up to the fight, or was you always going to go to 140?
Lately I've been eating a bit more in the gym, and I've been feeling great. More energy, more power. So, you know, I'm big for the 35 division. So I think this is the move I needed that I didn't even know.
Let's speak to your opponent, the Pitbull, Esau Cruz. Firstly, Esau, congratulations. I can see the gold right there. You're now a world champion. How does it feel to be a world champion?
Esta es tu primera vez sentado en un estrado como campeón del mundo. ¿Cómo se siente ser campeón del mundo?
Bueno, antes que nada, muy agradecido con Dios por darme nuevamente la oportunidad de presentarme a Al Heyman, a PBC, a Excellency Turkey, y muy agradecido con todos por el regreso, y muy contento de enfrentar ahora a Rayo Valenzuela y ahora como nuevo campeón del mundo.
You've had so many different style of opponents over the years, and you seem to have handled them all very well. What do you make of Valenzuela as an opponent stylistically for you?
¿Cómo se siente ser un oponente como Valenzuela con su estilo?
Para eso nos vamos a preparar, para descifrar el plan de trabajo para Rayo Valenzuela y darle una gran noche a toda la gente de Los Ángeles.
I've been preparing a lot to defend him and really give a great show to all the people of Los Angeles.
Obviously, I know you and your team won't look past Valenzuela, but there are so many fighters calling you out. Devin Haney is still the WBC champion. Ryan Garcia has called you out as well. Is there a dream fight that you think of for the next year?
Devin Haney sigue siendo campeón en 140 libras, pero últimamente Ryan García también te ha estado criticando. ¿Te interesa a ti una de estas peleas o tienes otra pelea que sueñas?
A mí me gustaría hacer todo tipo de peleas con todos los grandes nombres, pero ahorita mi mente está enfocada en ganarle a Rayo Valenzuela, y mi promotor Sean Gibbons se va a encargar de que se puedan dar esas grandes peleas.
I'm ready for all types of fights, all the best fighters, but right now I'm really focused on Valenzuela, and I trust my promoter Sean Gibbons to give me the best fights that I can.
Sean, you're nodding, you obviously agree, you like his answer. Again, I said at the top, you've had so many fantastic fighters. I mean, this guy you've got here, I mean, his nickname is actually very true. It's the way he fights. He is a pit bull. You must feel good that you've got something special here.
Yeah, you know, we're very blessed that Manny Pacquiao Promotions had never worked with a Hispanic fighter before, and Esau was the first one we signed, and we've been very, very pleased. Stylistically wise, it doesn't get more exciting than an Esau Cruz fight.
I feel so bad throwing the question to you. I forgot about your throat. I do apologise, Sean. Look, before we face the fighters off, that is obviously not the end of the undercard. Eddie mentioned it. There is an absolute blockbuster showdown between Virgil Ortiz Jr. and Australia's former world champion Tim Tszyu, which makes it, as you said, I think one of the best cards we've seen for years in the US. The fighters are going to face off. We're going to throw it back to Chris Mannix and Sean.
Thank you,
Dude, this is a badass card, bro.
On stage right now. Andy Ruiz, Jarrell Miller, that heavyweight fight. Never thought we'd see that happen. Esau Cruz coming off that massive win over Rolly Romero, just an incredible undercard, and a lot more to come. And speaking of star power, got some star power.
Edgar Balanga, ese.
Edgar Balanga, undefeated super middleweight contender, joining us here on stage. Edgar, does
Sean Porter, Showtime.
kind of get your juices flowing about potentially being part of one of these types of cards down the line?
Definitely, man. I feel like right now, they're gonna change the boxing game. We needed that. I feel like we needed somebody like them to come in and drop the bag. They coming from Saudi. They got billions over there, man. So, boxing's not dead, obviously. If guys like this is coming into the game.
So there's some news with you over the last couple of weeks. You see David Morrell, the former regular champ of the WBA, him moving up to 175. You are now officially the mandatory challenger for Canelo Alvarez's WBA title. How do you feel about that?
It feels good, man. I'm blessed. I've been boxing for 20 years. I got a lot of experience, as a fighter growing up. I've been, at the elite level as an amateur. Obviously, I'm getting there. I'm working there now. As far as, as a professional now to get to that level, for me, it's legacy. People's running around saying payday, but for me, it's just about legacy. I could become the first Puerto Rican male fighter, undisputed champion. So, that's my goal. But obviously, he has an opposition in front of him next week, and he has to focus on that. And God willing, he wins, he takes that win, and we can make it happen this year. We got the Saudis, we got that's backing it up. That got billions, so we can make that happen for sure.
We're looking forward to that, hopefully happening in 2024. Here we have, Sean, two heavyweights. Back in 2019, Jarrell Miller was scheduled to face Anthony Joshua. He was forced out of that fight. Andrew Ruiz stepped in, and he had a transformative performance. Now we get the two of them in the ring in a crossroads type of fight.
This is
Look how much taller Jarrell is than Andy, man. Like,
maybe your opponent that they were supposed to fight. Andy Ruiz steps in as the performance of a lifetime, and now we got right there. We see them joking around and just kind of enjoying the moment. That's what we need to see from both these gentlemen. Both these gentlemen like to use their personalities. That's how they get in the ring and how they put it down. The personality. So I think this is a great fight.
now they get a little serious. It's like the intense face-off. You know what I mean?
In terms of these big heavy blows we're gonna get through the duration of that fight. It's gonna be a great fight right there.
Edgar, it's been a long time since we've seen Jarrell Miller cordial with an opponent. Usually he's got a lot to say about his opponents. What do you think of this matchup?
It's amazing. I think it's gonna be a fight. You got two guys that like to fight. You got a Mexican and you got a brother from Brooklyn. So right there, it's gonna be a slugfest, man. I'm happy for them. I know they're happy, more than happy that obviously I know they're getting paid good. As we deserve. All the fighters around the world that's at that level, at the elite level, deserve.
I see this. I mean, it would probably be best if Andy was somebody else. We're looking at Andy because, see, one thing's assured, Andy and Jarrell, they have history together. Jarrell looks at Andy like his little brother or something like that. And you've heard him many times and times again talk about Andy. He's never really had anything bad to say about Andy. And they know each other from, like, I guess, the boxing circuits of yesteryear. And you could tell, like, Jarrell Miller, like, you can tell they have no bad blood, none at all. Now, does that mean that the fight's going to be any less? No, it means, that they're cordial, and we won't see trash talk. And that's a bad thing for Jarrell, because that's what Jarrell Miller has basically built his whole career on, is trash talk. You know what I mean? Like, so Jarrell Miller is like a guy that's known to be talking. It's just as much trash as Tyson Fury. Now, in fact, I think Jarrell Miller's worse. It's just the only difference is Jarrell Miller took an L. Tyson Fury ain't took an L. He has a loss and a draw. Tyson Fury just has that one draw from Deontay Wilder, right? So, I look at that and I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, the excitement kind of fizzed away for a minute simply because Andy and Jarrell are so close that he's just not going to talk smack about him. But it's things that I'm learning about Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller really don't talk anything bad about a person that he personally knows. Whereas Tyson Fury could probably talk. You know what? That's like Tyson Fury fighting Joseph Parker. You know what I mean? You wouldn't expect to hear trash talk in that particular buildup because they're friends. So that's why you don't hear a lot from Jarrell Miller. And I got to say, it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing, hearing are not hearing what we thought we were going to hear during this press conference. So, I was just drinking my cold pressed juice. They call it Mummy Boost bars. It's apples, carrots, beets, ginger, lime, spinach, and you shake well, and you take it to the face. So, other than that, though, I've never seen Sean Porter on the zone as much as I've ever seen him in my life now. But I'm glad for Sean. He's able to adapt, because he would feel much better with that microphone saying Fox or Showtime. But he's doing well as a DAZN representative, helping out Chris Mannix, Edgar Berlanga. We'll see what he's going to do.
This title, let this guy, my brother fighting Puerto Rico beat he's fighting who's fighting that dude from England or something, right? That Puerto Rico, fight him, beat him, and then they can make it happen. That'd be a fight.
Young fighters, best prospects in the game. David Morrell, fighting formerly in your division at 168 pounds. Now he's moving up to 175. For the last year or so, we've seen David Benavidez chasing Canelo Alvarez. At the same time, David Morrell's been chasing David Benavidez out there trying to get that big fight.
True.
One very good fighter, Sean.
I don't think it's a coincidence to see David Morrell move up to 175. I think that he understands Canelo's handling the business at 168. Canelo ain't going to give me the fight at 168. I might as well move up to 175. He's moving up with great company. We got Better B getting in the ring with B-Ball soon, of course. David Benavidez making his first attempt at 175 should be a successful attempt. And then Morrell following again to chase down. But you gotta admire that, and that's why we love boxing. Chase him, go get him.
Yeah.
You trying to do that right now with Canelo?
Yeah, man. He moved up. Morrell was talking shit after my last fight, so I don't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying?
But you can appreciate the talent when you see talent.
Nah, he can fight. Homeboy can fight. He can fight. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, it's more than just fighting in this game, and you know this. It's more than just being a good fighter. You could come into the pro game and be a 3-time Olympic gold medalist and all this crazy amateur background. But if you can't sell a fucking ticket, if you can't bring that crowd with you, if you can't sell out a stadium, if you can't sell out an arena, if you can't go back home and sell out, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? The big fighters, the elite fighters that's making the bag is not gonna focus on you. And it's sad to say, but obviously, besides legacy, it's about money in the sport. It's about who could get the bag and who could make the bag and bring the money.
Yes, we have to apologize for the language. The fired up guy right here.
I just got a little upset.
A lot of fire in his belly going to this fight. One of the guys I want to talk about, Sean, Andy Cruz, fighting in his 4th professional fight, came into the pro ranks last year with a lot of hype behind him, and I think that hype is deserved. I think he's a special talent, and we have seen kind of him adjust to the pro game really well. That power seems to be coming to him pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he's with the NS camp, 2-time Olympian. He's got the pedigree, he's got the experience, he's got even the age. You know what I mean? He's a mature 4-0 fighter. So when you're a mature 4-0 fighter, you've got your men's strength and the experience to go along with it. He is what we consider the fast track. And look forward to seeing him really explode. Probably the opener of this card right here, but explode and be nothing less magnificent and representing everything he is to this sport and has been to this sport.
Dan Edgar, you mentioned the fast track, and when you're fighting guys with the kind of experience that Andy Cruz is fighting guys with 30-plus wins like we're going to see him in with Antonio Moran, we're going to find out pretty quickly just what you're made of, aren't we?
Yeah, for sure. Andy Cruz, he's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
He has a lot of experience, man. So, and he's been in the game, as far as been around a lot of fighters, so him coming into the pros, him moving, how it is, when these guys have 500, 600 amateur fights, you got to move these guys quick. Why? Because they already got a lot of wear and tear in their body, and not only that, they also have a lot of experience, where they can step in with those type of guys, Usually guys like guys like me that, had national championships, 10 national championships, I got 173 fights. I don't have a lot of wear and tear, so there's a building point that you have to do in the pros. So.
He's looking to get that world title shot sooner rather than later. I think he's going to be a formidable force in the 135-pound division. We'll have a massive show coming up on August 3rd, but there is a lot to come here in Riyadh, part of Riyadh season in just a few weeks' time.
Okay, so only 19 people. Yeah, man, this is kind of a a spring up. I just went live like for over an hour, So we had a pretty nice crowd on that. So, I was just kind of bouncing back. Decent crowd, decent fights. You know what I mean? David Morrell, he's chasing David Benavidez. He's called him out a few times and stuff like that. And David Benavidez is at 175. So, a lot of people from 168 are going to 175, like Callum Smith, David Benavidez. You had guys that were already there, that are coming up at 175. So a lot of people are making that move. So David Morrell, David Benavidez, those guys are going up there. Callum Smith went up there to try his luck, came up short, of course. But other than that, man, I mean, it was okay. Turkey Alashiki, he's plotting this money, planting these seeds. What's up, Kurt? Wagwan. Counterpunch to you, Lion's opinion. But no, man, I just wanted to share that with you because I was going to watch it anyway. So I just decided to hit live and say, why not? Right. So that's what I was doing. Good crowd, though. I'm glad to see Andy Cruz back. I'm glad to see Andy Ruiz, Jarrell Miller. And, dude, these guys are massively not the same size. Andy, I think Andy's about 5'11", 6 foot. I don't think he's 6'2". So, but no. Great card. Looking forward to seeing it August 3rd. You heard everybody on the chat. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. The few, the proud, the Counterpunch Boxing News crowd, bars. But anyway, you guys be blessed. I'm going to take a nap, and I will see you after these messages. Peace.
Matchroom speed to speed.